the sadistic jerk that is Anakantavad. It's hard to believe that, you know, that it's all persona created, because one senses some kind of niceness in there. Almost, yeah, the fact that you say you're not proud of it, and the fact that you present this persona says you want to be better. You really, really are not proud of it. And so, to the latter end of the video, or middle part, because I lost interest, to tell you the truth, but where you're selling the idea of, oh, let's all just be okay with how we are. Well, that bit I reject, because but I really appreciate the honesty, which is another great, well, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's a great attribute, a great virtue. You know, without getting into the mess of it, that's just the way it stands. That's philosophically meaning and whatnot. But you know, I can tip my hat and respect that. In Mendham, also confesses to being ostensibly a bit of a jerk, but doesn't present. He presents as a jerk. That is, his confession and his confessions of being a jerk, well, they're a little bit, they have a little bit of a genuine feel to them at the time. But given that he never apologizes for any jerkdom, and presumably he's been a jerk plenty times on YouTube by his own standards, given that he has his own admissions, given that he's never apologized for them, well, I think it's telling. I think it's telling about, given the fact that he always makes excuses for his jerkdom, you know, that, you know, it's always somehow justified. Right, so the theme is that I often, the actual point of the video is to thank Anakantavad, because I often think about the jerk and think, do they know they're a jerk? And liars as well. I mean, many people protesting strongly how much they value honesty and they never lie, and I see flagrant lies, to my mind, by those people, and despicable natures, jerkdom, all through my career, and also bloody cameras slowing down again, all through, yeah, including my family life. I'll not name names or details on that regard. And so it's great to hear the admission and that I'm right. Like, I think they do know, and I think most people, they do know. They're just doing a poor job of moderating themselves, you know, and perhaps, like Anakantavad's advocating, give up and just say, you know, accept myself, and you know, there are good parts to me, and justify to themselves the whole lie they tell on pretending to be a good person, on pretending to not be a liar, and so on and so forth. I wonder what portion of people actually, of jerks, realise to the varying extents, the extent of Anakantavad, where it's a genuine regret about genuinely regrettable about their failures, to a lesser extent where they still know it, say, but it's less clear about the genuine regret side within mendom, to people who are just flagrant jerks, don't know it, don't give a shit, but know they have to portray and try and get away with at least looking most of the time to most people as a nice guy, as a, you know, a good egg. I wonder about those proportions. I'd be interested on thoughts on, because as a jerk, you meet other jerks, right? Anakantavad, you must and face jerkdom. What do you think of these other jerks who don't confess to their sins? See, I'm actually a good guy. That's my position. Yeah. You probably count on one hand the significant intentional lies that I've put forward in my life, and you know, to some extent they might all be not, if understandable, I'll say no more, but I recall, because I know I mean, the fact that I lied to my mother when I was about 10 years old because I pushed my skateboard, timed it such that a younger boy, his cycle rode up on my skateboard, and well, he fell off his bike, and he complained to my mother, and I said I didn't do it, or certainly didn't do it on purpose or something. You know, it's chalked up, these moments of lies chalked up as deep scratches, and that's one of the less justifiable one, but understandable in the so far as I was a kid who was bullied by the younger boy in the verbal sense, you know, for wearing glasses and being plumper or whatever, and you know, the kid was a bit of a shit toward me. It was irrationality. I mean, he could have suffered grave injury, and you don't think of those consequences as such a young boy. Anyhow, so I think I'm a good guy. I think I don't lie. I think I'm willing to help anybody, and I'm very slow to anger. I've been a good father to my son. I've seen what I think is bad parenting, and taken that on board, and said to myself, I won't do that. I've made mistakes in parenting, but fairly quickly realised them and changed. I've never struck my son. I've never physically, mentally or emotionally bullied anybody to my mind. I've never denied somebody their due. So, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. 10-minute video.